Farming and ranching neighbor, and welcome back to Down on the Farm. I'm your host, Larry Marble. Thanks so much for joining us today on one of our 14 affiliate stations. We're brought to you proudly each and every day by D&D Farm and Ranch. That's ddtexasoutfitters.com. Neighbor, let's take a look at grains, courtesy of John Tuggle, Tuggle & Company Corpus. A threat of freeze as far south as Kentucky, along with another 27.9 million bushels of new corn sales to the Communist Chinese, pushed old crop corn futures sharply higher on Friday. Front month May closed up 17 cents by the bushel. New crop December begrudgingly followed, ending 6 cents higher. Underlying all of this is growing belief that Russia may not extend the Black Sea Export Corridor Agreement, which would cut off Ukrainian exports of corn and wheat sometime in mid-May. The Communist Chinese apparently have over 40 million bushels of corn bought from the Ukraine, and some in trade believe these recent purchases of corn from the U.S. point to the Communist Chinese fear that the Black Sea Export Corridor Agreement will not be extended, and they are buying the U.S. corn to be sure they have adequate supplies. KC wheat closed up 33 Friday, partly on warm, dry conditions persisting across the Great Plains as well as the Black Sea Export Corridor Agreement fears. Archer Daniels Midland and the Corpus Christi Public Elevator open this week from 8 to 2:45. Timco Houston now open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7 to noon. For help marketing your grains through the ports, contact John Tuggle, Tuggle & Company Corpus, 361-852-5207. Neighbor, let's take a look at grains, courtesy of John Tuggle, Tuggle & Company Corpus. A threat of freeze as far south as Kentucky, along with another 27.9 million bushels of new corn sales to the Communist Chinese, pushed old crop corn futures sharply higher on Friday. Front month May closed up 17 cents by the bushel. New crop December begrudgingly followed, ending 6 cents higher. Underlying all of this is growing belief that Russia may not extend the Black Sea Export Corridor Agreement, which would cut off Ukrainian exports of corn and wheat sometime in mid-May. The Communist Chinese apparently have over 40 million bushels of corn bought from the Ukraine, and some in trade believe these recent purchases of corn from the U.S. point to the Communist Chinese fear that the Black Sea Export Corridor Agreement will not be extended, and they are buying the U.S. corn to be sure they have adequate supplies. KC wheat closed up 33 Friday, partly on warm, dry conditions persisting across the Great Plains as well as the Black Sea Export Corridor Agreement fears. Archer Daniels Midland and the Corpus Christi Public Elevator open this week from 8 to 2:45. Timco Houston now open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7 to noon. For help marketing your grains through the ports, contact John Tuggle, Tuggle & Company Corpus, 361-852-5207. We are on the line with Sean Geiswhite, Gillespie Livestock. It's Sunday evening, not even 5:30 yet, about 5:19. And we're looking toward this week's sales. Sean, what's it been like, phone calls this weekend?
Had a few more calls on the cattle end, Larry. Got those pairs we've been talking about that'll be there tomorrow. We're going to pair them up and run them through the chute, so we'll know a little bit more about them. And then had another phone call. Got a 70 calves coming off one place, so they're dry out that way. So had a little more activity on the cattle end. I'd sure think we're going to catch a few more cattle in the sheep and goat end. I'm going to say we're going to get somewhere around that 3,000 mark. That's week after Easter, so there'll probably be a few more people sell.
All right. Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you for cattle on Wednesday, sheep and goats on Tuesday.
You can reach us at 830-997-4394.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Neighbor, as we take a look at meats from Friday, we'll begin with the hogs. Pork carcass cutout value on a national level, $78.25 in the afternoon, up by 69. Estimated slaughter for the week through Saturday, 2.438 million head. That's up 68,000 head from the week and 92,000 from the same week last year. Year-to-date pace is 1.6% ahead of last year's kill numbers. As we look toward cattle, we see the Friday boxed beef count Choice 220 stronger, select 49 higher at 302.62 and 283.87 respectively. USDA's federal slaughter 613,000 head through Saturday. That's down 638,000. Pardon me. That's down from the 638,000 during the same week last year and is up 10,000 for the week. Year-to-date slaughter trails last year's pace by 2.9%. As we take a look at the bulk of last week's trade, 174 to 177 in the south, 182 to 184 in the north. Neighbor, there's your meat moves from Friday. We are on the line with Ken Jordan, Jordan Cattle Auction, getting ready for the Monday Mason sale. Ken, how is it?
You bet, Larry. We got around 685 head on the yards, about, I think, 80-something cows, about 10 or 15 bulls. Rest of them all good calves. Yearlings kind of looking for the 850 to 900 head tomorrow. That's the way it's shaping up, Larry.
Good. Now, we had a special Saturday. How did it turn out?
You bet, Larry. It was very, very good. We ended up with a total of 2,746 head of cattle. A very large crowd was on hand. I thought overall strong demand on a very, very active market all day. And we had folks on there as buyers from New Mexico, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Mississippi, all across Texas. Even had another record-breaking of 1,171 head, or 71 folks on the internet. Very active on that also. I thought you get into the pair side, they're very, very strong demand on the fleshier pairs. They basically sold pretty well from 2,000 up to 2,900 head a pair, except we had a really good set of 8 first calf brings pairs that brought $3,600 on those. The pairs that are maybe carrying a little less flesh, they range depending on what they were from 1,500 up to 1,975. Get into the bred category, bred cow category and everything. The market was very active. Better fleshier cows ranging from 1,500 up to 2,400 depending on kind and pregnancy. I thought the cows maybe carrying just a little less flesh came from a dry area. They brought in where depending on how they're bred, 1,150 up to 1,475. Their bred heifer market was extremely active again, with a bigger frame and fleshier heifers going mostly from $1,500 up to $3,000. Kind of all depending on kind and size and months bred. Then those on the smaller frame heifers, we didn't have many of those, but a few of those, maybe some that carrying a little less flesh, they brought from $1,200 up to $1,475. I thought overall the open heifer market was very strong. We had close to 900 head of open heifers. I thought the bigger heifers carrying good flesh, everything ready for the bulls with, brought mostly from $1,200 all the way up to $2,550. The younger, lighter weight heifers, we didn't have a lot of those, bought from $9.25 up to $11.75. Overall, very strong basis, Larry. Extremely good quality cattle, and I thought overall very, very good market.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
You bet. Give us a call, Larry. Go 325-372-5159, Larry.
I'm Larry Marble from down on the farm, and we're on the line with Brandon DeBose from DeBose Pipe, Panel, and Gate. This is what year they start?
Man, they started in 1976. Grandfather started this business, backyard in Lomita, Texas.
Brandon, describe your product line and services provided.
Yes, sir. We do entrances. We sell pipe. We sell livestock gates, pasture gates, heavy-duty corral gates. You know, any kind of gates you'd really need out there on your farm, your pasture, whatever it is.
The phrase that y'all use within the commercial is wholesale to the public.
We're under competitors' retail prices, and our panels are the first and only to ever have a lifetime warranty against any livestock. Our heavy-duty line, they're made out of a 2-inch Schedule 80 pipe frame and 1 5/8 14-gauge rails, and they're going to weigh around 150 pounds. We're very confident in the way they're built, the material they're built out of. We're very confident in our employees that put these things together. And, man, there's nothing more frustrating than going buying a competitor's panel and setting up your pins and having a bull try to jump out of it and tear 3 or 4 panels, and there you are having to go buy 3 or 4 more. When ours, man, you bring that panel back, show us where they try to jump through to jump over, and if it's damaged by any livestock beyond use, let us know, man. We replace it, no questions asked.
Now, you offer financing, too.
We go through a company called Sweet Pay Financing. It's been a very handy tool.
You're at the Lomita location. Give us your phone number for the Lomita location.
Lomita location, we can be reached at area code 512-752-3200.
And the website?
www.dubospanels.com.
Neighbor, I'm Larry Marble from down on the farm for Leo Casas, Beeville, Texas, and Casas Cattle Company. You know, they're the bull people. I've been doing business with Leo for, gosh, I don't want to tell you how many years, 27 at least, getting closer to 30, I would imagine. Leo has bulls for sale. He has bulls for lease, and he's got groups of the best replacement females that you can find, I think, anywhere in the United States. He's got quality cattle to rival anybody in Texas. He does a good job with what he does. That's why they call them the bull people. Leo Casas, Casas Cattle Company, Beeville, Texas. Call him on his mobile, 361-362-5863. That's 361-382-5863. Leo Casas, Beeville, Texas. 361-362-5863. 5863. I'm down on the farm's Larry Marble. We're here at the kitchen table with Stephen from D&D. Stephen, I understand you've got great things going on in your ropes and roping department.
Yes, sir. So, Larry, we carry Prefert, Shoot Help, and WW roping equipment, and we have way too much here. Your listeners can save up to $500 off select roping shoots while supplies last.
Down on the farm, listeners, while supplies last, you get the discount. Give Stephen a call. Stephen, tell everybody how to get a hold of you at D&D.
Just give me a shout at 830-379-7340, extension 160.
We're on the line with Gary Butler, Nixon Livestock. Gary, how's the sale shaping up for Monday?
Well, Larry, we got eight and a quarter in right now. I imagine we'll have around that 1,000, give or take a few. We got about 150 cows, mostly packer cows, not very many stocker cows coming since we got this good rain. Gonna have all the calves are not no big bunches of calves. It's about 5, 6, 10 bunches coming in, not a whole big slug of calves. But we ought to have around that 1,000 tomorrow.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you for the Monday sale in Nixon, Gary Butler.
You can catch us here at Sale Barn, 830-582-1561 or 62. Catch me on my mobile, 830-857-4330, Larry.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Neighbor, I want to remind you about my friends, Stephen and Terry Lehman at Lehman Pipe and Cattle. They've got used sucker rod in 5/8, 3/4, 7/8, and 1 inch, and they've got used oil fill pipe, the #1 structural, straight, no holes, splits, or heavy scale, 2 3/8, 2 7/8, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6 5/8, 7 5/8, 10 3/4, and 16 and 24-inch diameters. Also, from time to time, they see some #2 pipe available at a reduced price. Truckload discounts and delivery also available. They also have cattle guards. They make them from 10-foot wide to 30-foot wide, depending on the customer's needs and wants, with or without wings or cross gates. Also, the heavy-duty concrete beams to set them on. Stephen and Terry Lehman, Lehman Pipe and Cattle. Email them at lehmanpipe@gmail.com or call Stephen at 979-966-3447 or Terry at 979-820-8155. That's Stephen and Terry Lehman, Lehman Pipe and Cattle. We're on the line with Riley Rhodes, Live Oak Livestock, Three Rivers, preparing for the Monday sale. What's it looking like Sunday night?
Oh, got a pretty good run for tomorrow, Larry. Got, some cuts and stuff left over that didn't make the special sale, kind of added to it, but looks like probably end up with 1,600 tomorrow. Pretty good cow run. I'd imagine 400 or so. Got probably 20 pairs, probably palpated 70 or so palpated cows. Quite a few younger open cows that were palpated and we didn't put in the special sale that we'll be selling tomorrow. Got a little string of Bremer cows that are a little bit too old to put in the special sale that'll be selling tomorrow. So got a good run of cows. Calves got, I guess probably 1,100 calves. One string of about 150 good red Angus cross calves, kind of girt red Angus cross calves, weighing 350 to 550, I guess. Really good set of calves. The steers and heifers off of them. A couple sets of black calves here. One good set of Charolais calves. Got some yearling type cattle here too tomorrow. So it looks good, but I think we'll probably end up with around 1,600.
Buddy, how to get a hold of you?
Here at the sale barns, 361-786-2553. Cell phones 361-813-6650. The webpage liveoaklivestock.com.
We appreciate it, Riley. Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.
Bye-bye. Neighbor, it's time to take a long look at the grains, courtesy of John Tuggle, Tuggle & Company. Corpus 361-852-5207. Milo through Corpus in April, May plus 90, 13.50. We'll call Houston 13.50, and Progresso, May plus 70, 13.15. Yellow corn to Corpus in April, 7.96 and a quarter. Progresso 8.16 and a quarter. Hard red winter wheat in April to Houston, 10.08 and 3/4. We'll call Progresso 9.28 and a quarter. We'll call Houston beans 12.31. Same to Placido. East Texas, Oklahoma, 3,040 bales, 79.11 to 80.86. Average price 79.99. West Texas moved 2,561, 71.11 to 80.61. Average price about 75.86. So out of the 5,608 bales sold statewide, looks like the average was about 77.93. We ain't average, we're the best. So are you, neighbor. Best Farm Show listeners kind of go together, don't they? Right here on the Down on the Farm Radio Network. Good day.